Hey everybody, Kevin here, WQ9F. So if I'm traveling on an airplane, but I still want to do parks on the air, what can I bring? Well, we're going to take a look at what my parks on the air pack looks like when I travel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up to see more videos like this one. And what does your parks on the air travel pack look like? Have you taken a parks on the air trip, gone on an airplane to activate a park? What do you bring with? Is it any different from mine? I'm always looking for changes and always looking for suggestions. Put them in the comments down below. I also have a buy me a coffee if you want to go ahead and support the channel that way. It'd be much appreciated. Link will be down in the description. This right here carries my 100 watt parks on the air, totally TSA ready to go travel kit. So first thing, of course, my Buddy Stick Pro by Buddy Pole Antennas. Small, compact, lightweight, easy to carry, fits in the carry-on. It doesn't actually fit completely in this bag with the rest of the kit, but I haven't had any problems with this, just putting it in a regular carry-on. So what is actually in my to-go kit? Let's take a look. So this right here is the first thing that I take with. This is the Yaesu FT3DR. On the back here, I do have an aftermarket battery pack. This is from W0AEZ. This is a custom-made battery pack that he sells. You can see much bigger than the standard battery pack. And one of my favorite things about this battery pack, on the bottom here, USB-C. This is a USB-C rechargeable battery pack. So I have taken this through TSA, no problems. I detach the antenna, I wrap it up since this is the signal stick. You can go ahead and just kind of fold it back on each other. This is how I transport the antenna, just like so. I just take it off. Then for the radio, I detach the battery and leave the radio just how it is. And I just put them separately in the backpack. So this is my first thing that I bring with me on my parks on the air activations, because you never know when you're gonna need 2 meter. You never know when you're gonna need 440. Also, this does APRS, which is always nice to have. Next thing I have here is the coax. This is a 30-foot section of coax. On the end here, you can see that I do have the BNC adapter because our Buddy Stick Pro antenna does have a BNC that we need. I have a second one of these adapters inside of the Buddy Stick Pro case. So we've got coax. Next thing that I carry inside of here, item number 2. This is my paper log. I tend to paper log when I am out doing parks on the air, traveling. You can see here I've got some paper logs in here. Also plenty of free pages. Inside the backpack I have a couple pens. That way I make sure I have things to write with. So paper log, this is my go-to when I am doing a travel POTA. So I don't have to worry about bringing my laptop with me, stuff like that. This right here is the next thing that I have in my to-go pack. This is the Evolve 3. This was the infamous $69 laptop from Micro Center. I was lucky enough to pick one up. I do have a Micro Center nice and close to where I live, so it's easy for me to get down there and grab one. Not a great laptop, not super fancy, but you know what? Look, it works. The best thing about this laptop right here, this is a 12-volt rechargeable laptop. So I made a little pigtail to go on here that I can just charge off a 12-volt battery. Same battery that I run the radios off of. So this is in here, really small, about the same size as my logbook. So that brings me to the radio. This is the Yaesu FT891. These side rails here are 3D printed. They're not super sturdy or anything, but any protection is better than no protection. I do want to get a set of portable zero rails for this at some point, but for now, these are working just fine. Now the Yaesu FT891, as you know, is a 100 watt HF and 6 meter radio. This radio, I don't do digital with it. I haven't done CW with it. I've only done single sideband, but this radio has also gone with me to I think like 12 states now. Soon to be more than that, because I've got a trip coming up and I will be taking this radio with me on that trip, and we'll be activating a park in a new state for me. That state will be Delaware, so I'm pretty excited about that coming up. So FT891, pretty compact, small, easy to use. Again, if we compare this to the size of the rest of the stuff that we have, same footprint size as our notebook, laptop, etc. Again, this I just put in my backpack. This is my carry-on backpack, so my personal item. I take this through TSA. I have not had any issues at all taking this through TSA. Last year it came with me. I flew to Denver. I also flew to New York LaGuardia with this setup as well. So what are we powering this all with? This right here. This right here is a 12 volt, 12 amp hour Bio-NO battery. The big thing to look at on this is 144 watt hours. Now that number is going to be important because if you are going to bring a battery with you on an airplane, that battery has to go in your carry-on. You cannot pack lithium ion batteries, lithium iron phosphate, anything like that. They cannot go in your checked luggage. This has to be a carry-on item. Also, the TSA has a limit of 160 watt hours for how big your battery can be. Now, you're going to want to go ahead and check what your what your airline, what their restrictions are. My next trip is going to be on United. I'm going to be flying to Newark Airport in New Jersey, which is EWR. And United allows you to take up to 2 160 watt hour batteries. So if I had a second one of these, I can take this, but honestly, doing single sideband, this battery lasts me plenty long. I think I did 5 activations in a day with this on single sideband. So no problems doing an activation or 2 with this battery. I have one last thing missing that's not in my bag right now. It's in my other POTA kit, and that is my antenna analyzer. I use the Rig Expert Stick Pro. You can see that in my last video. It's only about this big. Again, not an issue going through TSA. Couple reminders. One, if you are going through TSA, take all your stuff out, put it in the bins. Unless they tell you otherwise, all that stuff needs to come out. So battery, radio, HTs, etc. Print out a copy of your amateur radio license. You can go on the FCC website, log in with your on the ULS, and you should be able to print out a copy of your license. Now, it might look a little weird or strange because it's just printed out, but it's a copy of your license and it has your name and your call sign and all that stuff on it. Take that, stick it in your bag. That way you have it. Second thing, traveling with a lithium ion battery. They cannot go in checked luggage, so don't try. The TSA allows you up to a 160 watt hour battery. Now, if you do not have a battery that is in watt hours or doesn't say on the case, do the math. You're going to have to do the math. The math is going to be the voltage times the amp hours. All right. In my case, 12 volt battery, 12 amp hour battery, 12 times 12 gives me a 144 watt hour battery. This is printed on the label, but in case it's not, you do need to know what that watt hour is. 160 watt hours is the maximum size of a battery that you are allowed to carry in carry-on luggage, not checked luggage. Research the carrier that you are flying with, and in my case, my next flight is with United. Their policy, I looked it up on their website. I am allowed to carry on up to 2 batteries that are between 100 and 160 watt hours. So 144 watt hour battery, I'm totally fine. I'm only carrying one of them. But again, just double check with your carrier to know that you are within their regulations. If you're really concerned about it, go to the TSA website. There's a section on the TSA website where you can search what you can and can't bring on a flight. Print out the section on lithium-ion batteries. Go to your carrier's website, find what their policies are, print that out as well, tuck it in your bag with your stuff. That way there's not any, you can pull that out if there's any issues while going through the security line. Other than that, take your radio, get on an airplane, and go do parks on the air and get them parks activated. that's my plan. My birthday is coming up, and I will be flying to New York, and we'll be doing some stuff for my birthday. But I also have a day planned. I'm going to be traveling via Amtrak to Delaware, to Wilmington, and I'll be activating Wilmington State Parks in Wilmington, Delaware. So I'm pretty excited about that because I've not done a park in Delaware before. And I'll get to go do some parks on the air. But I am prepared to go through TSA with my equipment. Now, I'm at a city park, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this stuff up just to make sure it works, because I have not used this combination in a while, and I just want to make sure that I can still do it. Until next time, everyone, thanks for watching. 73.